mateys, and welcome to this here first cast of the SpyParty Hexagon Cup. I be your caster, Corvus Mallory, and joined here today by Paratroopa.
Yarr.
We be bringing you two matches from the Cup today. The first being Calvin Schoolage versus Damp Squib, and the second being Nanthalus versus Grash. But before we get to the matches, we're going to be taking you through this here treasure map, help you understand the layout of the land and what spoils are up for plunder today. You see here, we've got the map, we've got the two flashing hexes. These be the X's where our competitors be playing today. Every match in the Hexagon Cup do earn you the right to spoils for one tile on the map. The team with the most tiles conquered and pillaged will be the winner. In addition to a couple of bonuses, you can earn a little bit of extra coin, a little bit of extra treasure by winning the most matches on any particular venue, as well as conquering tiles that are close to each other, nearby, adjacent, you might say, earning yourself a little bit of extra points, a little bit of extra clout by having the islands be connected.
Yep, there's a lot of at stake here in these two matches. I'm not going to be doing the pirate voice the whole time. We got two really even matchups, I think, and there is a lot of there are adjacency bonuses at stake here in both spots. So for both these teams, they're going to hope that Hex marks the spot.
Aye, and speaking of the teams, let's get into the team introductions before we get into the matches. We want you to know who's aboard, which particular team, and starting off, I believe it will be the Revolution. So I don't know too much about these revolutionary types. I mean, Paratroopa, looking down this list, we've got Rov, Ramp Squib, Rovert, Rov the Befuddled, and quite a bit of extra names that I don't really particularly kind of recognize here. Lazy Bjorn, but it looks like a pretty well-rounded crew, I would say. A lot of experience here. Rov, obviously, the captain of this particular team, but has names like Lazy Bjorn, Opie, Sauerkraut, people that have had really considerable success recently in competitive SpyParty.
I looked at this list for a second and thought that I was having a stroke. Then I realized what was happening. But Rob's team, I think, pound for pound, I think that Rob had some of the best drafts in the draft. Just got really valuable players in every position. Today they have, who do we have playing on this? We've got Rob Fullis playing in our second set, and is Ramp Squab? Yeah, that's Damp Squib. So they'll also be playing in our first set.
I've never seen such a curse as these particular names, and believe me, I've seen a few. But that's the Revolution. We'll be seeing them here today, and we turn our attention now to the second team in this particular competition. It is T-Flames Disco Inferno, I believe.
Yar, the Disco Inferno. This is the team that I am on. And we will also be having Grash play in our second set coming up. I really like our team. I have a lot of players that I'm really excited to be able to play with.
Yeah, and looking at this team, I mean, we have a lot of experience here, obviously, but really, I think it's fair to say a lot of the players here are some that are relatively new to the community. They still get in their sea legs, but you look at some of those names, Legorv Janine, Garash even, Adafayesh, players that have had really considerable success in competitive SpyParty, despite only being in the community for perhaps a shorter time, largely because they've really been grinding it out. They've been putting it to the grindstone and seeing a lot of improvement as a result.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, I can also see that T-Flame is a true pirate because he has collected all of the copper. Every player from STL 6 copper is on this team.
Well, that is the Disco Inferno, and that brings us to our third team in the competition. Is Captain Mintbeard's Purloining Pirates, and
Oh, that's why you're doing this. I get it now.
that's the whole thing.
I can't read this.
And hang on a second. By God, that's Captain Mintbeard's music. Let's have a listen.
Our crew is made of scallywags, of different names and prideful flags, and even with the laser lag, we'll shoot you in your face. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to her crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. We've scouted out your treasure chest, your knees are wobbling in distress. You noobs will get pwned by to best, prepare to walk the plank. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to her crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. We're monsters who'll erase you fools, and Calvin will take you to school. And at the end of every duel, your hexes will be gone. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to her crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. Oh, we swill grog and we swill rum, and Coddy shines like platinum. Neo dodges bullets from your gun, your chances are mini. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to her crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. Cat and bird and bear and monkey, the minty crew's a menagerie. The meanest zoo on the 7 seas, you'll never see our bugs. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to her crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go.
Well, I think that probably rounds up everything we need to know about this particular team. But Captain Mintbeard has drafted up a motley crew, and we'll be seeing uh, Warrant Officer C. Schoolage in our first match today.
Indeed. I really think that the Pirates so far are kind of the best story of this Hexagon Cup. I think that some of the drafts, some surprising players were left on the board as Minty took players that she preferred. And so far, they have the most wins on the board, as far as I can tell. So it has paid off.
All right. Well, that be it for our introductions. Let's turn our attention now to the first match. Will be Damp Squib, Rov Squib, Rob something versus Calvin Schoolage. We'll be playing 6 matches on Ballroom and then 6 matches on Modern. And it's really just winner takes the tile.
That's right. And this is going to be a really interesting matchup. I haven't really seen Calvin Schoolage play since LCL 6. I feel that Damp Squib has been playing more competitive matches lately, so I'd say I favor Damp Squib, but after that theme song, I think that there's no possible way that Calvin Schoolage could lose. I think that that's going to carry this team to victory.
And in the Calvin Schoolage's camp, Calvin, of course, provider of statistics and record keeping, mans the logbook on the Mintbeard ship, and all that statistical knowledge, all the replay parsing and the analysis may come to bear in this particular match. But as you say, Damp Squib has been grinding out a lot of success competitively, been playing in the cups, I think summer, maybe as well as winter. And could be an excellent set on both sides. It looks like Calvin Schoolage will be starting off on the spy side as Duke on Ballroom. The pirate accent is gone. Hope everyone enjoyed it, but that is definitely it. Paratrooper, you ready to get into our first game?
Yar, that I am.
All right, Calvin Schoolage as Duke on Ballroom in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And a slow start here. We're just going to AI controls idle out of this conversation and then take control just as we leave. A little bit of a weird timing. But can we go for this bug? No, we don't. We just go crowd into windows.
We really crammed this windows here, even though there's no flirt target here. We may have been trying for that bug and thought better of it at the last second. I don't think it would have. I think it would have been pretty visible, so I'm glad we didn't take it.
All right, and Calvin Schoolage going to be heading over to books now. Probably not one of the most common missions, but we're going to take this blue, and I don't think a lot of attention is really being paid to us.
We were scared of this bookcase earlier, apparently, when we decided to redirect to those windows. But now we are going to take a blue book out, and I think that you're right. I don't think there's really any reason to pay attention to blue books right now. So this could go back into green. It might not be watched. Ooh, that's a little bit of a mispad there, but I think it was mostly blocked by the pillar.
Yeah, no obvious reaction from Damn Squib to that little pathing issue. We hit a white flirt for 33%, despite looking like we're pretty far away. We're flirting through teal.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It's still plenty close. I mean, flirts can be a little bit deceptive on some of these conversations. If you look at the circles at our feet, they're really almost touching. So we're close enough, and we're in with the DA. We could look for a contact soon, but a lot of people out.
Yeah, especially with Hare here, who is finishing statues. We may want to wait and see if this contact shapes up a little bit. We also don't have a lot of time, though. We did a lot of idling at the start of this, and we're really going to need to get some mission progress soon. I might consider dropping this book sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it looks like Calvin might be timer flirting. There's the cooldown, so we can take it now. And it's another white, 67% just as the ST leaves. We got away with one there.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to help us out a little bit. We can watch and see where he goes. Is he going to come back to us? No, he's not.
A little too much to ask for. Their ambassador pathing back and forth by us, but Calvin not going for any kind of bug, not going for any kind of anything.
Banana bread.
Here's a real contact. We'll let off maybe 4 lowlights.
Oh, we split, and then we got highlight for the split. Damn Squid thought better of that there.
So it's time to put this book away. Calvin agrees, and there it goes. But that's still only going to be the second mission. Lots more to do, and only a minute left. This is possible, though, if we go for some kind of center inspect play, but as a highlight, it's a little rough.
Yeah, we only need to get one more seduce here, so I think we're going to be fine as long as we choose our spot. That's going to be a bug. That's very visible. Damn Squid's going to shoot that.
Yeah, just not a good angle there for that bug. Our back was to the sniper. The arm was extended straight outwards, and Duke's bug animations are a little weird compared to a lot of other characters, but that one you're going to see every time.
Yeah, there just really wasn't any cover for that. You really want cover on your bugs on Ballroom. I don't know what else we could have done there. Maybe a purloin if we get back in conversation there with Twin. But yeah. Says he just tried bug, doesn't work out.
Maybe if you're not a highlight, that bug works, because, I mean, Duke's kind of like dark-colored clothing, and Tash is kind of dark-colored clothing, but the white outline just stands out like a sore thumb. And I think you're right, like some kind of other mission. We had a chance at Purloin. Toby was right nearby. Of course, there's always center inspects. Just not a good decision in that particular instant.
Purloin, I think, is a good one if you get away with a transfer, because there really isn't a lot of... The sniper isn't really crediting a lot of mission progress for you. So they have to think about that Purloin a lot quicker. But we were highlight for that BB split, so I don't really know how much suspicion Damn Squib had on us.
All right, so the first game, Damn Squib's favor, and now heading over to the spy side of Ballroom, playing as General, Calvin Schoolage on the sniper side, and we'll get into the game in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And General green-colored camouflages in here with the green books, and we're going to try to take a book out right at the beginning.
Oh, we're going to go for the action test here. I don't think that was on screen at all. Calvin is paying more attention to the left side of the venue here with Ambassador Toby and statue visitors all happening at the same time. So that was pretty free. Good timing. Yeah, I like Damn Squib.
It's a good transfer, and it's unfortunately the suction target just bails on us as soon as we land in conversation. I was about to say our pacing here is better than could be expected. Transfer animation, it just takes so long because you have to do it twice, but getting it done right at the beginning can be helpful. But if we get sunshine by our ST one more time, the pacing could become more of an issue again.
Yeah, that's one of the big problems I have with transfer animations on Ballroom. Ballroom is very time sensitive, and doing the animation transfer at both bookcases can just take a while.
So still, only mission progress is this animation microfilm in our pocket. We can go for a contact
Banana
here. It's
red.
pretty decent, but it's only real for us, Rocker, and Alice, I think, as the other conversation, which has a lot of highlights, doesn't have a DA in it.
I don't know if Smallman was in this conversation when the contact went off, but I don't think he was seen not being in the conversation. So the sniper may also credit him with real.
51% now. We hit a green flirt. 2 minutes left on the clock. And, okay, we still have to do our second animation, so we should be planning to do that sometime soon. And then it's going to be mission number 4. As general, though, lots of good options.
Yeah, we could take a bug at almost any time here with General's superior walking bug animation. The Ambassador is not in the greatest spot right now. Toby's offering a little bit of cover, but I think that it would be an awkward path on the way to the bookcase, which is taken up anyway. So we're going to hang out here in Timer Flirt, I think, and then go for the bookcase. Then we'll just have to get one more mission, possibly a bug, possibly inspects, possibly a purloin. So we have a lot of options here. That's the nice thing about microfilm.
We do hit the green flirt. We really did need that, or the pacing would become more of a problem. We'll reject the drink, not going for a purloin. Calvin has been staring down this Ambassador for the last 40 or so seconds, so that purloin might have been a good option. But Damn Squib, not interested. Still has to do the animation, still has to find one more mission. This could be the bug. Oh, it's so visible.
It is pretty visible. I think that Calvin saw it. I think that the microfilm transfer is going to be hard to get away with anyway, because the Ambassador was sticking to that side of the venue so hard that Calvin really wanted to focus on that side of the venue. So the blue is probably going to be harder to get done than the green.
Yeah, Ambassador
Red
entered
flag.
that position at 2 minutes 50 and stayed there for the next 2
Never
minutes straight.
moved. Looked like he was. I thought that he was going to get shoved out by Boots, but he never did.
No.
And he just kind of stuck there the whole time. And that's
Yeah.
rough. You really want the Ambassador to move to the right side of the menu to get the transfer done.
Yeah, the Ambassador being there, I mean, like you mentioned, it's hard to get the transfer, and it's just, like you said earlier, not a good bug spot really for the Amba. We took the bug walking by there that we did, but
Mhm.
you really want the Amba somewhere else if you want to go for the bug.
Yeah, the problem is that there just really isn't a lot of cover, and there also aren't a lot of places to path from that look natural.
Mhm.
So you're a lot better off in the back positions where there's a lot more cover and there's a lot more path opportunities.
All right, well, that will be 1-1 sniper game so far. Let's see if Calvin can get one by on the spy side, playing as Smallman this time. Damn Squib on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And, ooh, we're going to play it back. No, we're not. We're going to go right over to Windows, actually.
Thought for a second there we might take a bug, but we didn't. Instead, we're going to take a time ad. A white time ad, which pushes the clock over to 4 minutes. It's possible that Damp Squib could notice that. But
Yeah.
Smallman's time ad is very quick. I don't think anyone else is at Windows, though.
Yeah, but Damn Squib has no reaction here so far, looking at the list, looking at the Ambassador, looking everywhere but the upper right-hand side of the screen, it would seem, and so I think we've gotten away with this. That's good news for us, especially given how much time we spent walking across the entire venue to get the time out in the first place, but now we're going to go join the seduction target. We have a drink in hand, but we can get a flirt. 3.5 minutes on the clock. We've started the game over, and now we have a green flirt to show for it, so good progress so far. I think it's fair to say from Calvin, but this is only the beginning of what is shaping up to be a pretty long game, and one where I think Calvin's going to play a little defensively.
Yeah, we do have a good contact
Banana
shaping
red.
up here, and we're going to take it right away now that the double agent's joined. Might look a little bit suspicious to this conversation that the DA just joined, but fortunately we had the SDA in the other conversations. There's a lot of reels.
Red Dress is going to get highlight at back statues. I think she may have been out for the BB, but Damn Squib isn't sure. So highlight for statues. Bug opportunity. We don't take it.
Yeah, I think that we're being watched pretty closely here, even behind this pillar.
Master gets pushed out. 2.5 minutes left. All we have to show so far is that first flirt and a contact. So Calvin has burned the time ad and more, I think it's fair to say at this point, as Red Dress goes back to statues again to finish inspects.
Yeah, I'd say probably meet our flirt target here. He kind of didn't give us a lot of room to get next to him, so I don't know if the green flirt's going to do it. It does. It gets us to 98%. Rocker kind of betrays us there a little bit, and then she leaves just to flex on us.
2 minutes 10 on the clock. This is a little bit of an R moment here for Calvin as we are going to try for this briefcase. We'll get beaten to it clearly, and we're going to go to side statues.
Not a great redirect, but I don't know if Damscope's going to expect that or not. We kind of stopped there a little bit longer than we should have. So we're going to get some statue progress here. It's going to be hard to complete statues as Smallman, though. Anytime you see Smallman code as 2 statues on Ballroom, it's somewhat likely to induce a shot.
We're taking a green book here. There's a fingerprint.
I think
it's kind of nice.
This has been there for a little while, I think. I don't know when this was placed, but I didn't see it. So this is a good fingerprint.
Okay, so we still need a flirt. We still need one more print, and maybe one more statue. We are in line for the full Softail game as General just drives right on by. We're going to request a drink. This is interesting. Red dress, left hook.
Or is there a fingerprint in this drink? There is. The ambassador has a drink in hand. We're going to take the fingerprint. It's a difficult print.
I think that might be the game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough unless Ambassador touches a statue here. We still need to get another flirt too, so we're going to have to go to green books or blue books and meet General here probably, or
banana bread.
Do a fake BB and hope someone gets shot. But this isn't going to frame anybody. The double agent's out. The SDA's in with nobody that Damscope wants to shoot.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good fake, but it's just not the kind of fake that's going to get someone shot here with 23 seconds left on the clock and no one in that's important with real. We'll finish the flirt, 17 seconds, and I don't know how you finish here.
Walk by the ambassador, do a bug, and then try to finish in specs, but you're going to have overtime. This isn't even going to do it, but the bug was seen where you're shot. I think the game really hinged on getting that difficult fingerprint off the drink or finding a fingerprint elsewhere, but again, the ambassador really didn't move around a lot at the end of the game, didn't touch a lot of things, so that plan unfortunately fell by the wayside.
It's actually a somewhat decent bug occurring on the ambassador there, but you're right, it's visible at the very beginning, it's visible at the very end, and Smallman walking around as a highlight, it's good enough to shoot.
Yeah, Disney actually gave us pretty good cover on that bug, but I think that the path is just so suspicious. I don't think an AI would even take that position in that path in a conversation circle. That's pretty clearly a bug, I think. And we could have had fingerprints done, so that shot's, that's a shot for completion right there.
Okay, well, that will take us to Damsquib's spy game, clustered here in the middle of quite a few people playing as Boots, it looks like. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And almost a long trip.
Right there. Oh, and the ST is going to meet us in this conversation a little bit far away, but still a pretty lucky thing here. We could take a drink and just leave. No, we're going to refuse. Double Agent's going to meet us in this conversation, though, so we could wait around a little bit here for a while and see if other people fall in the conversation. This would be a really nice contact just because we really haven't moved from the spot. We were here first. But everyone's going to statues right now, so that's going to have to wait. We can't do this contact right now.
2 minutes 45 on the clock, only 24% on the flirt. And we even see a low light on Quentin here coming off. Oh, but a white purloin. Okay, here's a
white
play.
Purloin. That's surprising. I guess we were getting a little bit antsy here with a little progress to our name.
And we're low lit.
Low lit for the Purloin.
Calvin must not have seen it.
Either didn't see it or thought that there was a green fade. I'm not sure. Because Boots clearly has a drink in her hand. But we're sitting here low lit now, and I'm not sure Damsquib's going to think that they're low lit. I think they're going to think they're high lit.
Oh, here we
Which
go.
they are now. So that's going to make things a lot more tricky now.
So, okay, so you're Calvin, you just saw the list. You go back and think, okay, hang on, wait a second. I need to figure out what's going on here. Boots is your first highlight, but it looks like not your last. You're sorting through the party. You're trying to figure out who could that be? Who could I have missed? How long did I not know what was going on with that tray? And meanwhile, we've gone up to 85% on the floor. If we get a contact here, we're starting to be in pretty decent shape with 100 seconds left.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are definitely suspected for this Purloin now, but this contact would still be pretty good considering we've been standing this. Never mind, he's gone. Never
And we're
mind, the
low
DA
lit
is going to
again.
go look at a painting of Taft. Why are we low lit? What is? I really want to know what's in Calvin's head right now. Maybe just thinking differently of Boots now that she's been so inactive in this game, thinking that maybe his first instinct was right, that Boots couldn't have done the Purloin. So possibly, possibly just kind of confused by Boots' behavior here, as she's not trying to complete missions.
I mean, one thing here is that, you know, she really isn't trying to complete missions. So if Calvin's just lowlighting for saying, you know what, you could be the spy, but I don't think you're going to be finishing, so I don't need to worry about you anymore, that might not be wrong with 45 seconds left on the clock. We're going into green books. We're going to try to finish our flirt here. We will be able to probably. There's the flirt, and we will get it. So that's 2 missions done. With only 30 seconds left, we're going to have to hustle.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some pretty quick finishes on Ballroom, but we're really going to have to move here. The Ambassador was in a buggable position, but now he's gone and not in a buggable position anymore. We're probably going to have to do a time ad or try to do a frame.
Here comes the fake. It's the frame game, but who's the target? Calvin doesn't seem interested in taking a shot, just taking a couple lowlights. We can go for the bug here, but it's still only going to be 3 missions if we do. There's the bug, 2 seconds left, and it's going to be a timeout from Damp Squib. Good hold from Calvin.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. If we had gotten that BB off, if the double agent had stayed with us a few more seconds, I think we might have been able to get a mission win here, thanks to our low light. I really wonder what Calvin thought when he saw that Boots actually was the spy.
Yeah, for some, the low light, the highlight, the low light.
Must have thought at the start that Boots couldn't have done the Purloin for some reason. I'm not really sure why, though. Because it seemed like he saw the Purloin happen. Because why else would we have gotten the low light? Unless it was for inactivity, just in general.
Well, whatever the case, it's a good hold from Calvin, who now turns to the spy side of Ballroom. Still pretty even so far, 2-2. Calvin playing as Bling Twin, looking for the first spy win of the game. Damp Squib on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I'd really like to see some snappier pacing on these ballroom games. Ballrooms, it can be a very scary venue to do things, but the sniper's attention is always more divided than you think it is. So you have a little bit more room to do missions, I think, than you might think. And the time pressure can really get to you here.
Calvin does pick up a quick flirt, 34%. That's nice. Pretty full conversations. We could think about a fake, but we have somebody at statues, and conversations break up a little bit. Calvin's not interested. He's heading over towards windows instead.
Yeah, is Kane going to meet us here? Wow. Wow. All right. I would absolutely pair Kane with Twin here, but not the other way around. Go for this briefcase. Going to beat Kane to it. I like this. This is nice progress here. We have the Ambassador leaving a print on the left statue over here, so you can remember that for the future.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be a really nice game for Calvin. Sort of like the one we just wanted to play in the previous one, where we got these 2 prints. But now we just have a better opportunity as Ambassador picks up center statue.
That's always, for me as a sniper, it's always tricky when the Ambassador leaves prints on a lot of statues to remember which ones have prints. And also it creates a lot of print opportunities for AI as well.
2 minutes on the clock. We have 1 print and we have our flirt done. Still time to find a contact, although the DA is not
Ambassador's taking a drink. We request a drink here. And we are. Or no, we're not.
No.
General's
are not. There's the request.
Yes. This is going to be a difficult print. Calvin doesn't absolutely need to hit it to win. We still have print opportunities elsewhere, but it would be really nice to get this. I don't think this print will be too strongly suspected.
It's green!
We hit it!
Difficult! That's our another mission!
Alright, so we just need a contact, and then... Honestly, we could possibly go to statues here, right? We can't go to the center statue, though. That would give us a 3rd print. So we have to go to the center statue, the other one, if we want to do statues.
Ooh. No, we can't do this. Okay, the gulp doesn't appear to have been noticed, so no suspicion for that print, or else we might have been remembered for the drink take.
I
So
don't
we
think
have
the
a
gulp's going to be a problem. We're taking a blue book out. That's surprising. Are we going to dump it to green? Sometimes a late transfer actually works because you just don't really think that anyone taking a book out at like 1 minute left is a serious threat. You have other things to watch. This is going to be a really good contact, by
And
the
in
way.
the
There's
red.
so many people in, and the STA is in as well.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. These conversations are so crowded. Sorry's conversation positioning, by the way, looks awful. And I think you're right. 30 seconds left, and our plan is just to go dump this into green while everyone else on the venue is on the left-hand side. This is an
We're not even
amazing
being
transfer.
watched at all. Now we're being seen at the bookcase. This is the moment of truth here. Does Stamp Scope remember that we have a blue book here? I'm not seeing a reaction. I think we're watching for Bug right now instead. We're being followed.
Whoa.
We are gonna take this shot. No,
We're not.
No.
Yarr.
I thought Damscoop was gonna take that shot and then just held at the last second there. I think originally, I think possibly scared of a missed shot, but then we stopped at windows there. We had a clear shot and just didn't take it. Oh, Damscoop has to feel so bad about that one.
Yar, and Calvin Purloin's the first spy win of the game. But yeah, I mean, just a really good transfer. And we take that book out when the sniper's attention is overworked. We take a really good contact, just giving the party that much more threat. It makes every single character a potential problem. And then we transfer on the side of the venue when there's nobody there. It's a great play.
Yeah, the only thing about that contact is that we were a very recent joiner to that conversation, and you kind of wonder why that BB didn't go off before Twin got there. Like, why would the spy be waiting for Twin specifically, aside from fingerprints being done? But I think that transfer, I think even though we were almost shot for it, I still think it was a good idea on Calvin's part.
All right. Well, that will be Damsquip now on the spy side, having to answer back to close out Ballroom with a draw with a spy game as Ponytail. And we've got Calvin on the sniper side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Kuma Kid pointing out that maybe the sniper had less time. The rotation stopped with about a second to go. So possibly did intend to shoot there and just ran out of time before they could get the chance to shoot.
Yeah, always something to have to calculate. It's like, how much latency do you think you have to take a shot? Damsquip just rolling through conversation, landing on this painting pad, but 30 seconds gone off the clock. No progress so far. The ambassador comes and stands next to us. It's gonna be tough to get this bug, though.
I don't think we can take this peg. We have absolutely no cover for it whatsoever. There will be better opportunities on Ballroom. There always are. Kind of stuck in this conversation now.
You could take this contact, but it wouldn't be good, as it turns out the DA is not in.
It's a weird return from wheels there. Yeah, DA is now in the other conversation. Could take this fake, but unfortunately we do have the STA in our conversation. We're going to need to move to that other conversation. Both our seduction target are the DAs there, and we don't have a lot of time, so here we are.
Alright, well, we'll take this flirt. It'll be our first mission progress of any kind with 2 minutes 10 on the clock. It's a green test, so that helps a lot.
There are a ton of highlights at this party. I think a lot of people have visited statues. So right now, Alice is not going to be on Calvin's mind at all. There's just too many other suspicious people to watch here at the party, especially General, Smallman. Both have good bugs. We're going to get a fingerprint off this drink. There it is.
Yeah, fingerprint is good. It gives us a lot of options. We're going to have to find another, and, you know, we can timer flirt this, but we're going to be down a minute and a half.
Yeah, I think that fingerprinted green books is probably gone by now. I don't remember if the ambassadors left any other prints on this venue. May have a drink now, so it's going to take up some time. Here's the briefcase. We get Lilith, probably for inactivity, which I understand completely. We have done nothing in this game. Ambassador hopefully will leave this briefcase and we can go pick it up. But we're going to leave this conversation, actually.
Yeah, we don't even take a second flirt, which I'm a little confused by. So,
Yeah. We're going to run out of time here. There's no print on this bookcase. Maybe we could take a book out and hope. I really feel like we need to stay in that conversation, get our flirt, get our contact, get that briefcase. Was that a little shake of the head from Damn Squib there? Perhaps thought there'd be a print there? I'm not sure.
when we rejoin with our seduction target, we're looking for this flirt. This one's
It's
going
not
to be
close
white.
enough.
No, it's not. 30 seconds and no missions done, and a fake contact.
Banana bread.
We're going to try the purloin here. It's going to be white. I
like
don't
this play.
know what Calvin will think of this. Alice has been
Calvin
very
won't see it.
unsuspicious this whole game, but it doesn't look like Calvin's going to take a shot. There are very few suspects at this party, and none of them could have done that purloin. I think this is going to be a hold and a timeout.
Yes, this is going to be another hold from Calvin, and a really good one. Low lighting the spy twice in 3 games so far.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Damn Squib. I think we really had some opportunities if we stick around that conversation and get that briefcase, to finish Prince, possibly timer flirt to get the flirt done. I feel like we were pretty close to having that flirt timer down, so I'm surprised that we left the conversation. Perhaps just prioritizing the print on books that got smudged by Twin. I don't know. I think we had opportunities there, and they all fell apart when we didn't take them. Double Agent was left that conversation, couldn't get the contact, etc.
Yeah, I mean, our cooldown actually expired. We were in conversation for 15 seconds with a flirt opportunity. We just didn't click the button.
That's really surprising and strange. I don't really know why we didn't take that flirt if we stuck around in conversation. There's really no reason not to.
All right, well, that will be it for Ballroom. Calvin Schoolage pulls ahead 4-2, as Damn Squib is going to have to make up some ground on Modern. And I don't know, but between all the venues in the pool for the Hexagon, Ballroom and Modern, both 4 of 8, I would say they play somewhat similarly. I think probably the bar versus tray is the biggest difference, and the lack of center statues.
Yeah, the lack of center statues is big for Modern, but makes up for it with better transfers. I think Bug is harder on Modern, personally.
We have seen these players leaning into transfer, actually, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of transfer play happening on Modern as well. Just just thinking about what we've seen so far, but it's all to play for here. Still 4-2, still plenty of room to try to recover and make the set back up, or room for Calvin to purloin not only the Hex, but some additional venue bonus points as well. And Calvin will be starting off as Duke, Damn Squib on the sniper side, in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Another thing we haven't seen from these players is that we haven't seen either of them complete inspects, if I recall correctly. Not even a single time on Ballroom. So perhaps the inspect's not really a part of their plan anyway.
I think we've had 1 statue visit in 6 games to side statues. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's right. Just Smallman once, and that was it.
And I do think that's indicative kind of the meta of the last year or so, is that statue visits and inspects have really just kind of gotten less popular. And, for good reason.
There were a lot of AI visitors to statues in this last couple Ballroom games, so I think we could have gone and done inspects and we would have been fine. But I agree. I think that people prefer not to give themselves reasons to be shot. They prefer to go with things like Bug and Purloin that could be missed entirely. Anyway, we haven't really done a whole lot in this game so far. We got a quick bar green flirt, which was basically a white flirt, 35%. Now we're going to go to this bar, possibly take a delegate, but nothing else to get here.
No, 3 minutes 5 on the clock, and we will take a delegate. But really all we have so far is 1 flirt. No bar highlights coming off, Damn Squib focusing on the statue visitors. But I don't somehow expect that we'll see Calvin going to any of them in the next 3 minutes.
Probably not. Calvin, nobody's at bar right now. I don't know if this delegate would be a good idea. I really have no idea whether or not Damn Squib was keeping track of Duke at bar. I would say the answer is probably, but Mostly focusing on the Amber right now, who's in a somewhat buggable position. He's going to leave, though. We could possibly still delegate to General. It might not be enough time. I think we're just going to pass on delegating.
Yeah, and this is a little bit of a concern. You can get missions done very quickly on Ballroom. It's a little harder on Modern. Just the mission density is not as high. It's a larger venue. There's no center statues. You can't call Toby over. You have to go over to the bar. There's the delegate. It expires immediately. So no pro line coming off and 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I guess we just wanted Rocker to move a little bit. I don't really know. Kind of made her break animation, I think, there to leave, which is more suspicious for us than it is for her, probably. Try to go for this briefcase. General beats us to it. Pretty good redirect away. But we're going to need to...
I don't know that we can complete missions here.
I think we need to add time at this window here. I don't think we really have much of a choice. We do it, it's green.
Do another. Just do another. No, we're not going to. So one green time add. That's not that much.
No, but it gives us an opportunity to maybe get a drink here that maybe we actually will use to delegate. I think we need to at this point.
We'll take the delegate.
I'm not sure what else we're going to do, though. It's a little bit too late to start fingerprints or inspects. Ambassador is not buggable right now. Hasn't really left us a lot of good opportunities. We still need a contact as well.
Yeah, the DA is in. This would be a good fake, to be honest.
It would be. We have an SDA, but this is still a pretty decent fake. Especially if Twin gets into that back conversation. I didn't see where he went. He is in that back conversation. We might also just want to switch conversations to get that contact ourselves, though.
Kaplan doesn't seem to want to do much of anything. We're going to delegate to the SDA, actually. This is not...
I don't know about this. There isn't a lot to watch at the party right now. The AMP is not buggable. There's really not a whole lot else going on, so I wonder if we're going to see this list get taken.
Banana bread.
The list is gone. The fake banana bread happens. We don't have an SDA in. It looks like Damn Squib is more focused on low lighting for contact here than doing this purloin.
This contact is so interesting because it knocks out the list taker, which of course Calvin knows, right? So if the sniper's on top of the delegate, then it takes it down to 2. Now you've taken it down to 1. But it turns out that the list taker was an SDA anyways, which of course Calvin probably doesn't know. So we've been highlit, and we're in with the double agent, but I think we're in a lot of trouble when the DA leaves.
Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble now here. We're going to have to hope that Damn Squib shoots, but I don't think Damn Squib is eager to shoot anyone. They're just thinking about this purloin and taking a lot of good low lights. I think this is going to be a timeout unless we do something quick. Swapping a statue. I don't know if this is framing anyone.
Well,
nope.
Neither does Damn Squib. Damn Squib's going to take a shot. Yes, it's the correct shot. And with 2 seconds left on the clock, maybe wait for overtime on that shot. But okay, we kind of got burned on sync lag on Ballroom before, so I understand taking it as soon as you see the swap.
Yeah, I kind of think that Damn Squib had a very good read on Duke, having done that purloin. So I don't think we really need to wait much. Just waiting for some kind of fourth mission there, or a real contact. Yeah, so tough game. Modern could be sometimes tough to get missions done if you don't have a good plan. There isn't really a lot of ways to do a mission quickly without that trade purloin existing, without a lot of good bug opportunities.
All right, well, we are back to a sniper party. We've had 1 spy win so far, but Calvin is still clinging to a lead, 4-3, as Damn Squib is now on the spy side playing as Kane. See if they can draw the set even in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, I feel like so far in the set we've had a lot of time issues. Players just not getting a lot of progress done early, not being a little bit shy about the hard tells. We haven't seen a lot of bugs. We haven't seen a lot of inspects. Modern gives you a fair bit of time compared to Ballroom, but it's a large venue, and like I said, most missions are kind of difficult to complete here. So you really need to have a good plan in mind.
Yeah,
Damn Squib, though, is going to idle here. Maybe go for this briefcase.
Yeah, it's a briefcase way out in the middle of nowhere, so we're going to devote a lot of time to it. But we will get the fingerprint. We're going to chase the ambassador around, try to get it back into his hands. It's always an investment putting the briefcase back in the ambassador's hands because it means you can get another print. But a lot of spies really don't like to do 2 briefcase prints, so it's a little bit iffy.
Yeah, ambassador's got a book in hand, so may put it back at some point. Help us out. We're gonna meet our selection target finally. Green books here.
What happened here? We tried to flirt. The flirt was canceled, and Irish is just standing here. I think Irish is trying to leave. She's no longer on the
she's
pad.
trapped. She's trapped at the bookcase. And I think Damscoop doesn't understand what's going on. He's frustrated by the fact that he can't flirt with Irish here. And Irish is just awkwardly like, please
let me go.
Oh wow, I can't believe I've never seen that before in Modern, because that seems like a situation that should happen more often than it does.
Alright, so Damsquib still with just a single fingerprint to his name. No flirt progress after trapping our seduction target. And we see some lowlights now starting to come off. Okay, here's a contact. Let off a couple more, but it's a pretty decent contact.
Solid contact. We have 1 STA in.
Yeah.
Her ST is going to leave this conversation, though. Does not want to be anywhere near us right now. For good reason.
And honestly, who can blame her after what happened?
Don't take a time ad here.
Not taking the time ad, and okay, we have some print opportunities now, but Damsquib is going to be forcing this flirt stand very close to our ST and finally take the first flirt.
We don't have to give up on flirt here, especially if we hit this green, which we do, but we don't have a lot of time. We're going to need to leave this conversation right after this talk cycle is done and do something. Maybe try to get another print off of... I don't actually remember where they're prints now. But I know that there were some prints left here.
I don't think this statue is going to be one of them. It will earn us a statue highlight, and we'll pick up a pair of inspects. But with a minute on the clock, I think we've been seeing this from both these players playing a little bit cautiously and running into time issues as a result, and we only get 1 inspect.
The SDI here picks up out of their statue. Doesn't really matter too much. We're going to go back to this conversation, try to finish this flirt. Could look very suspicious. We were just in this position. We don't hit the 2 flirts, sadly. So now we're in real big trouble. There are ST leads helping us a little bit, but Calvin is onto this here. Possibly for this flirt pair, honestly. We haven't done much else, but...
Very reasonable flirt pair. I mean, we were at bookcases, kind of awkwardly. We came and stood right next to our ST twice in a row in the same place in conversation. And now I think we're just being stared at, looking for a reason to shoot. And with 21 seconds on the clock, Damsquib might not even give us one.
Yeah, Damsquib is getting time out here again, I think. I don't think Calvin has a compelling reason to shoot Kane. Kane doesn't really have any missions, but Damsquib's just going to run out of time. There's nothing we can do back here. We're going to have to try to inspect swap, but we don't have time for that. There's a fingerprint on the statue. Can we get the swap off? Can we get the swap off? No, we'd go for the inspects. We didn't have time for that. We need to just match swap, and maybe we get OT. We get shot for it, but, you know. I believe that's Damsquib's 3rd timeout in a row, sadly.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, like we mentioned, I mean, you know, when you're having pacing problems on Ballroom, which I would say arguably both of these players have, but Damsquib certainly, Modern's not going to make it any easier on you. Everything is further apart, no center statues, no tray, and we see that in both of these games.
Yeah, and again, missions here there's just very few quick missions you can do. Swap is quick. Bug if you get a good opportunity, but you know, other missions aside from like doing a cheese transfer at the very end, there's not a lot that you can do quickly here, so you really have to have a plan, make sure you have time to get stuff done.
All right, well, Calvin maintains the lead 5-3, 1 point away from securing at least contested occupation of this hex, and we'll be trying to pick it up on the spy side as Plane Twin. Damsquib on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, we're gonna get some early statue progress here.
Yeah, this is awkward.
I don't mind it, honestly. We haven't been doing statues. We've been showing an unwillingness to go to statues in general, so getting some early statues here, I don't think actually really raises our suspicion profile that high.
All right, well, it is 2 inspects from Calvin, and still quite a bit of time on the clock. We're going to rush over to our seduction target and the double agent. Actually, this is set up to be a potential rush opportunity if we can get a 2 flirt.
Yeah, this contact, if we get a couple more people in conversation, this would be a pretty strong contact. There's a couple of people at statues that we might want in first, though. We do not hit a green flirt, sadly. So we're going to need to slow down a little bit.
On a rush, but still could be looking for a contact, and it's not so bad.
Yeah, I think we want a couple more people in if we can get it. Wheels comes to us, which is good. He has statues.
Banana bread.
We're going to decide that's enough and take this BP. I'm okay with that. There's a few lowlights, but you could afford to take a few lowlights on Modern. It's okay.
Yeah, we've had some difficult DA luck in the past, and Modern is not really a place where it can bite you. Even if the DA is in conversation, it could be a conversation.
The DA is gone now, so we made the right choice to take the contact.
Here's the cooldown. See if Calvin takes this flirt. 68%, another white test. That's fine. And quite a bit of time. This looks a lot better than I think the last Modern game that we saw from Calvin.
I agree. I think we have plenty of time to maybe complete inspects. I don't know if we want to do that. Get another mission somewhere here. This ambassador, where's this ambassador going to go? Are we going to get a good bug opportunity here? Could go for this bug if we cross over. Oh, no. Ambassador's going to just dump this bug. Never mind.
2 minutes 10. Okay, so we're at blue. So this is good for Calvin. Not surprised to see us prioritizing this particular pad.
Yeah, we're gonna get a fingerprint here, and the ambassador is going to get a print at bar, and then go right back to bar and request again? Wait, I guess he didn't take a drink, actually, so he didn't leave a print yet. No, he's not gonna leave a print at bar after all. Never mind.
We'll leave one at statues, and actually...
Statue.
I don't like this.
This might work. This might work as an inspect print finish, if we get our seduce done.
It's pretty far. We might need a green.
I agree. I don't think a white's going to do it here.
Well, we got the green. And I think Calvin saw and stared down Ambassador at that statue. I think Calvin has that in mind as a potential plan.
Yeah, and that print on blue was pretty fresh too, so I suspect that we might be known for this print. So it's kind of 50-50 in whether or not we get shot if we go back to the statue. Neither our inspect nor our print was like super clever or unseen or anything. So it'd be a pretty clear finish for Twin, but we could go do it. And I kind of feel like Calvin might be sizing up that statue. Either that or watching the Imba. Yeah, we're going to the statue. We're gonna do the print. Fortunately, we do have 2 inspects, so we only need 1 inspect here to finish because Boots took that statue. This is the moment of truth.
Later snapped over to highlight Boots, and I held my breath, but it looks like Calvin is going to come away with this. No reaction from Damp Squib.
Yeah,
it's going to be a cocktail finish from Calvin, earning the draw at least for the Hex.
Yeah, it's kind of, I was kind of 50-50 in whether or not we got shot there, and Damp Squib just didn't have much of a reaction to Twin going back to that statue. Not sure if he didn't get the first print at blue, or I just didn't think Twin was suspicious. Not sure.
All right, well, Damp Squib now has a tough ocean to row. It's going to be 3 in a row to secure a draw. Keep in mind that every game does matter. The team with the most wins on Modern will earn venue bonuses. So there's still a huge difference between Damp Squib going 3-9 and going 8-4 and going 5-7 or whatever those numbers are. So still everything to play for. Damp Squib playing as Irish. Calvin on the sniper side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Hello, DA.
Yeah, gonna be another slow start here, but we could shape up let's see how this contact shapes up. A lot of people at bar right now, so we're gonna have to wait for them to get in conversation. But we were here early, which is nice. That makes us non-suspicious of contact. We are going to have people join us, which you usually expect from an empty CC with a double agent. We're not going to wait, though. We're going to just leave the books.
I would love to see us do some kind of delegate frame here, just given the number of people that were at bar originally. Wait like 30 seconds or so, then just go take the list.
Yeah, I agree.
Dare Calvin to remember, but quite a few of those people. Oh, okay.
Oh, we're gonna do transfer. Did they actually test it? It's a white. The head turn is on screen, but there's a fair bit to watch. There's a bit of cover, so I don't know if Calvin saw it. The green book could be so far away that it's just kind of hard to see the spy do any. Oh, we're highlight. I think that Calvin may have saw the head turn.
Yeah, there's so many things that's highlighted before for the conversation positioning. The head turn was very visible despite us blending into green as Irish.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're right. I think this highlight spells a lot of danger.
Yeah, and we leave from this conversation quickly too, so we're on the move. Gonna go to statues? No, just stop at the window.
Yeah, I was hoping we would just go to bar and take the list, but Damn Squib not interested in that. Gonna go to windows. Gonna take this bug. It's being very carefully watched, so not gonna do it.
That wouldn't have worked. There's no cover there. Calvin has the angle. Definitely is watching Irish, who is back in the same conversation she was before. I don't think Calvin's gonna like this. We do get her to do stun though.
Yeah, 2 green flirts. So even if our pairing with Sick is not liked very much, it does at least mean we don't have to be seen next to him ever again in the next 2 minutes of this game. We have the green microfilm in the pocket, but I think getting away with a second transfer as one of Calvin's only highlights, Calvin's only highlight, it's going to be real rough.
Yeah, Calvin cleared his Purloin highlights here, so not a lot of suspects. Obviously, really didn't like Irish's transfer there. We're going to go to blue books here. We don't have any cover. Calvin's going to be able to watch us from almost any angle in the venue. It's going to be really hard to get a transfer done here. I think we're going to get a shot if we try it. Oh, we're being stared at. Yeah, we're going to try it. This is obviously seen.
Yeah, Calvin wasn't even watching the ambassador there, just zoomed in on us a bookcase. I think Calvin had a pretty good idea of the flirt pair, maybe, saw the first transfer, but a really solid lockdown on the sniper side earns Calvin the Hex. The Purloining Pirates take it into their territory.
Yarr. Yeah, I think that Calvin was really just waiting for confirmation on that shot, basically. That's all it was. I think that we were basically dead on the head turn. Maybe if we hit a green transfer there, it wouldn't have been seen, but the white was too obvious.
All right, well, that earns Pirates the Hex, but we still have 2 games to play, and venue bonuses count these 2 games, so there's every reason to care. Calvin will be on the spy side, playing as Alice. Damn Squib on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
So far in Modern, Calvin is up 2-1 or 3-1? 3-1.
3-1, yes, I agree.
Yep. So we're going to get our flirt here, and the Amba comes to us. I don't think we could take this bug. It'd be pretty hard. We don't have any cover. And Amba's going to leave without leaving a print.
It's fine. We do pick up a flirt, 29%, so, no shame in that. The real question is whether we'll fire this delegate. The players, I always hate to see this on bar venues where you go, you invest the time to get a drink, and then you just never fire the delegate, and it's just 20 seconds down the drain.
Yeah, I mean, it's not so bad to spend time idling at bar, especially if you get a flirt there. It's not wasted by any means. But I would really like to see something happen here. I think that'd be really nice. I think it'd be a good opportunity too. There were a lot of people at bar. There's a lot of people in this conversation. We could send someone here, and I think it would be pretty decent if we sent Rocker here. I don't know if we have any time anymore because there are 3 people at bar now, but it's worth considering.
3 minutes on the clock. We have 1 bar flirt to our name. DA looks like it's coming to us, but we're saying nope, no, you're not. You're gonna go this way.
Speaking of par flirts, Smallman is all the way in the shame corner here. We're gonna join this conversation with the double agent.
We're going to
Smallman might
shoehorn
too.
double agent into this conversation. Hey, the ST
Banana
joins.
bread.
Yeah, this is a content that's going to give us a few low lights. There really is only one big conversation right now. I would honestly consider highlighting this conversation. Doesn't look like we're going to. This looks pretty suspicious of Smallman, who joined this conversation.
Yeah, and we're not.
He's on the move now.
We did get the flirt, 52% from a cross conversation. We could chase to bar. I don't think we're going to hit the cooldown if we do.
I think that's what we're going to do. I think we might have the cooldown done.
Okay.
We don't hit the 2 flirts, sadly.
You flirt before the request. You don't have to do that. You can flirt while you're requesting. But we just take the list.
Oh,
The list is gone.
Okay.
What?
I have no idea if that frames anyone from the conversation we were in at all. So I don't know what Damsquib's going to think of this. I don't even know if Damsquib's seen this yet. There's a little bit of a sniper tilt there, so maybe thinking about it. I think this is a very confusing purloin.
Well, we're highlit, Smallman's highlit. I think that means that Damsquib isn't sure whether it was us or Smallman that actually took the list. Didn't see it the moment it disappeared. But it's kind of working through the rest of the party. Twin gets a highlight. I'm not sure if Damsquib thinks we could have been sent.
I don't know either. That was definitely a very confusing purloin timing, and I think that Damsquib might be assuming that there's a delegate, but doesn't know who could have done it, which is makes sense because I don't think anyone could have done it. I'm gonna do a fake BB here. It's gonna give some people the other conversation reel.
Yeah, and the problem here is I'm not sure if Calvin's planning to finish. Oh, we could swap frame Smallman here. That's an option.
We could.
Does this quickly. It's gonna have to be quick though.
It is gonna have to be quick. We don't have a lot of time here, and Smallman's not finishing statues, so he's not gonna get shot for this.
One cycle.
I think we gotta take our shot here. This is a little bit quick for being delegated to this statue, but I think we have to take our shot.
Is there even time?
There's the swap. There's gonna be overtime. Is Smallman gonna get shot? Smallman's gonna get shot.
What a play!
I love it. I love it. I love the swap frame. And that does confirm to me that Damsquib was not sure which one of us took the list.
The really confusing thing about this, the really impressive thing about this swap frame is that like Calvin can't see the lights, right? Like you and I, we can see that Smallman is highlit next to us after the pro line.
Right.
All Calvin sees is like the laser sweeps over Smallman, who by the way is right next to us when we get highlit. So thinking through like, okay, no one's gotten shot. I have to do something to provoke a shot. Who could be suspicious? No one could have actually delegated, but maybe Smallman is the biggest suspect because Smallman was next to me when I took the list. That's just beautiful. That's a really nice just brain pattern for Calvin to go through at the end of that game.
Yeah, I think that if you're Damsquib, you might think that it's a little bit convenient that it's Alice doing the swap frame. It's like, oh, it just happens to be our other major suspect who happens to be there. I mean, it's not that it's impossible for it to have been Smallman, but I think the odds tilt in Alice's favor somewhat, just because of the convenience of it. And also, it's worth considering that actually, since Smallman was our ST, we couldn't have swapped for him. So if you had a flirt pair with Smallman there, which could have been possible, you would have to know that Alice couldn't swap for Smallman. But that's probably hard to think about in that situation. And I totally understand the Smallman shot.
Yeah, going through all that in your head in the 5 seconds you have to shoot an OT.
That's a lot.
Obviously,
a lot to ask for.
But it's a cool situation to analyze after the fact and just think through like all the things that came together.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, that is 11 games. We have one more in this set, and it will be Damsquib on the spy side as Wheels, Calvin on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. 4:15 sure goes by pretty quick as Damn Squib drives right by the ambassador and doesn't bug.
Bug. Wow. That path was so bug-like, but we don't take the bug. I don't know
Oh.
if that was... Oh, never mind. We do take the bug.
We take a standing bug, and Calvin wasn't looking.
No, Calvin was
in
zoomed
bar
in.
highlights.
Bar. Yep. So that wasn't seen. I don't know if Calvin credited Wheels for the bug at all or not. I think that the bug would have been visible, so Calvin probably knows that we didn't bug. So it's actually somewhat unsuspicious to take that path. So this is a great start for Damn Squib. Finally getting some mission progress early, which I'd really like to see. Having this bug in pocket is going to make this venue so much easier to complete.
Yeah, we gotta keep our foot on the gas, 45% on the flirt. And the beautiful thing about that bug is we were at that magic distance where you can bug but not push the amba out. So that's... I can't imagine Calvin suspects... The only thing that we could suspect is the bug on the path, like the walking bug.
Yeah, I think the bug was clean, though.
3 minutes on the clock, and we're going to bar. This will earn us a highlight, but it's a highlight after the bug, so that's not necessarily such a big deal.
Yeah, that's not too scary for us. Unless, of course, we do decide to fire up this delegate, which could get us killed. I don't know if I'd want to do that with this bug. I might prefer to do a soft tell, either in specs or fingerprints.
Take the delegate. We can,
We're gonna go...
Kane takes the spot next to our ST. That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. So we're not gonna take it. We're gonna leave. Go to this window. I'm not gonna be able to get the 2 flirt anyway, so it's not really that bad if we go a little bit far away from Tex. 2 kind of far white flirts will get it done anyway, and a green and any white will do. We do at least get to take a not identical position in this conversation, which is nice.
All right, 73%. That's totally fine. But we do have to start thinking about a fourth... Okay, we're going to delegate a Purloin. Will this fire? I don't
think so. It's been too long. That stay at windows ate up a lot of time. I don't think. And there's people at bar. If there weren't people at bar, we'd be okay, but nah. And there goes the timer. Yep. We could hang out here, try to get this flirt done. We are going to need to hope that the double agent gets in conversation. They're at bookcase right now, putting a book away. Let's hope that they fall in a conversation, hopefully ours. We don't have an STA.
By the way, amazing light timing there from Calvin. Brought us back down to neutral within 3 seconds of the expiration.
Yeah, that's really impressive. Calvin very much on top of bar in this game. It's possibly good that we actually didn't send off a delegate there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, we're back at bar, which brings us back into a highlight.
Back into a highlight. We're, again, going to need to hope the DA leaves this bar and goes to a conversation. So it's good to be at bar here. Oh, we're just taking the list? Okay, well, Calvin is right on top of that. Low-lighting people at the party. I don't know if we could have been delegated by anyone. I don't think we were next to highlight. So again, maybe a confusing situation for Calvin, but I think that if we contact, we're probably going to get shot. And that would, unfortunately, this is a terrible contact right now, but we don't really have much of a choice. I think we might take it, and I think it's going to be a shot from Calvin, who I think probably suspects us. There's nobody else in a conversation who is...
We're the only one.
We're the only one. This is going to be a shot. Yeah. That's really unfortunate. The conversations had shaped up a little bit better. Maybe we get away with that. I think that Calvin probably did suspect us for this Purloin quite a bit. It doesn't seem like he had a lot of other suspects, but there were a couple of other people who still had highlights. So I don't know. That's unfortunate luck. I think if we got a contact earlier, we might have been able to do something better. But the DA was not giving us a lot of opportunities. They were out of conversation for a long time this game.
And I will say one nice thing to see from Calvin, which I don't see that often, is the control left click and right click to instantly bring a highlight to a low light. Little piece of tech there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and just saving that much more time, because we low lit a lot of people in this party while we were trying to pay attention to other stuff, and it's those little incremental advantages. I mean, they can really add up.
All right, well, that will be the Purloinian Pirates taking this hex 9-3. So a good effort from Damn Squib from the Revolution, but congratulations to Warrant Officer Schoolage taking the hex in convincing fashion and earning the team quite a few points in the venue bonuses.
That set felt close to the final score. I think the Calvin just kind of pulled away in those last two Modern games. Damn Squib just having a lot of pacing troubles and really tried to avoid that. I think that last Spy game was pretty good and just didn't pan out, sadly.
All right, well, that will take us to our second matchup, and it will be between Grosh and I'm almost afraid to try to guess Rov or something. Let's say Nanthalus.
Rovless, I think.
Just looking at the scoreboard, I mean the Revolution here is sitting on 7.5 tiles, I think. Whereas the Disco Inferno could really use a win here to try to stay in the game. Obviously, the Pirates have purloined quite a bit of the real estate, but the Disco Inferno, I think, 2 tiles behind.
Yeah, I trust in Grash to get a win here. Grash has been playing a lot of SpyParty lately, has been in a lot of competitive games, so has gotten a lot of experience under his belt now. I have played both Nanthalus and Grash in Penguin Pool recently. I lost to Nanthalus and I tied Grash, but I think that they were both pretty evenly played sets in both cases. So I think this is going to be an even matchup.
Yep, and I think, I mean, just in terms of tenure, like Nanthalus has been in the game for a long time. Since SCL1, I think.
I can't remember if he was in SCL1, but it has been a long time. Yeah, so Nanthalus is a veteran here. Grash is a little bit of an up and comer, but I think Grash has been playing this game more recently, so that may pay off here. I trust in my fellow discoer to get a win here.
Fair enough. And their first effort will be on Gallery. They'll be sashaying their way up and down the venue, no doubt. It's quite a long dance floor. We'll see what they can make of it. And I guess we'll get right into it. Nanthalus starting off for the Revolution as Alice. Grosh for the Disco Inferno taking up the Sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I think those paintings have kind of a psychedelic vibe a little bit. I mean, they're solid color, but you know, they're colorful. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could throw a rave in Gallery. I think it would be a good place.
I think it'd work. You have to watch out for the inconveniently placed statue pedestals, which we're currently inspecting. Getting some progress early on statues here, which we weren't seeing a lot in the previous set.
Yeah, no highlight will be coming off immediately from Grosh. Grosh maybe going to be highlighting more for... I'm not really sure what, because Sick and Tex both have highlights already.
Yeah, I don't know. Boots is going to go, or selection target's going to go to the blue bookcase. So we're going to stop this conversation. Really not a lot for us here. Where's the DA? The DA's outside. Pick up a briefcase. We're just going to chill here for a little bit. You have a little bit of time to idle on Gallery and wait for Double Agent or ST to get in better positions, but you do have to go take those opportunities when they arise. And look at that. Boots is going to flirt with us. And Double Agent's here too. This actually shaped up really nicely. We do need a few more people in conversation probably to take this contact. Well, never mind. The DA did not want to stick around, so...
This is a really nice start, even without the contact.
Yeah, we got the green flirt, so that's good. We're going to meet the DA outside here instead. And I think this contact's pretty good now. I think we can take this. There's quite a few lowlights, but you're not going to get away with that on Gallery. Maybe wait for like one more person to get inside. SDA is out, sadly, but we don't know that.
Yeah, Rocker unfortunately leaves as
leaves.
The Pearl.
Now
oh,
Twit! Oh no, no! Just peeling people away from this conversation like an orange.
I think you still have to take this. Maybe you wait for Wheels,
well,
but
now Salmon here. Is Wheels gonna get here? Yeah, Wheels is here.
Banana bread.
Now we take this contact and we leave. We split. Let's see if we get rewarded for the split. It doesn't look like Grush is... Ooh, time ad. Green time ad, sorry. At the window. We do get highlight. Okay, so Grush was on top of the fact that we were in that conversation. That's good.
These highlights from Grush.
Nice.
I'm gonna be transparent. I don't understand them. We do hit the flirt at this window pad. Really nice to see. But we're a highlight, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I mean, we do have statues, and we were in conversations, so it's not like there's no reason to highlight us. But I don't know what specifically that was for. I don't know if we possibly... It was a little bit too early for the time ad, though we may or may not have noticed it by now. We are going to get a fingerprint off this book. So we got a little bit more partial progress here. It's a good thing we did that time ad. I think if we didn't have the time ad in pocket, I think we'd be in a little bit of trouble here, time-wise. But we do have the opportunity to finish fingerprints now, I think. Our SD comes back to us again, but we leave. We have to leave. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're neutral lit coming out of the bookcase, then we're re-high lit for finishing inspects. Minute 15 on the clock. This is our second mission. We need one more flirt and one more print.
Yeah. Is Boots gonna come to us? No, I thought she was...
Good leave again.
Oh, no, we just get shot for finishing inspects. Wow. That's very aggressive. Grash, wow, I wonder what made Grash so confident about this shot.
It must have been the blinks.
What? Did we put the statue back too quickly? No, put back looks fine to me. Just get shot for finishing inspects, I guess.
Yeah.
Possibly not sure if maybe there is a potential print. Grash is confirming that in chat. It was possible print miss. Yeah, really nice shot. Grash just really had a good read on us, I guess. Was clearly aware of the split out of conversation, out of the BB. So really nice shot.
And with that, Garage is going to take the first point for the Disco Inferno. Lots more to play. Garage now on the spy side playing as Boots. The Revolution on the sniper side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And we're going to AI control our way inside. We'll finally take control. I'm not going to land with our ST. We'll land at a different painting. And wait.
I thought we were going to have AI control the statues yet again there, but no, it took us to this painting instead. Going to follow our ST outside. Oh, she's going to windows. We can meet her there. That's fine.
Yeah, a little bit of a respectful positioning, but a green flirt. That's nice to see. 42%. I'm honestly surprised it was that low. But okay,
yeah,
still, I mean,
we're a couple of feet away from her. She checked her watch helpfully to stay at the window a little bit longer. Boots a little bit of a slow character, not as slow as Pearls or Sorry, but is still one of the slowest besides them. So gallery, you do have to make sure you're moving around a fair bit. Make sure you don't run out of time. We don't get this difficult print off the briefcase, sadly, but not really a big deal. So it's worth a try. If you get it, then you have really good progress. If you don't get it, you can do something else.
Well, Garage has to keep in mind, as we just saw, sometimes we'll just get credited with prints on
or
gallery.
White Purloin.
Okay, that works.
I don't think there were... Was there a reject from Alice, possibly? I don't recall, because I wasn't expecting a Purloin. I don't know if Nanthus has seen this yet. The tray is not even visible right now. This could have been a really good Purloin timing, actually. With this tray just so invisible. It might look like Salmon took the Purloin. It's visible now. Nanthus sees it, I'm pretty sure. We're getting some lowlights here. I'm not sure what Nanthus is going to think of who actually took the list. Boots does get a highlight. We do get a highlight for taking this drink here. Nanthus is aware that Boots could have done it and the list would have still not been seen. Thinking about Irish, or not sure. Alice is still neutral.
Irish is a potential suspect for this Purloin, but it's just neutral lit.
Yeah, she was next to us.
And DA doesn't join. It looked like she might. We were in the conversation anticipating it. We can return the list here. See if Garage goes for it.
I don't think we should go for that. We just refuse. Yeah, we really want the DA in our conversation. She's going to books. She just doesn't want. This is the problem with gallery. Oh, we take a standing bug here.
Okay.
Nantha's whipped over to look at it. I don't know if it was seen or not. It did take though. So
Feels
all
so
we
hard to
need
finish.
now. All we need now is a contact, but the DA needs to get in with us, and
Yeah,
she
not
is
interested.
not going to. Where is she going? Is she going outside? She's going to statues. So you have to start thinking about an alternative plan here. It's probably too late to do fingerprints. It's probably too late to do statues. Well, you could go swap, or you could do a cheese transfer. Those are pretty much your two options. You're gonna have to consider it if DA doesn't get in the conversation. She's redirecting away.
We have to chase this, I think.
Yeah, is she going outside now? I think she's going outside. We're gonna have to chase this. I think that's gonna
so
be
bad.
It's gonna totally depend on what Nantlos thinks of the Purloin and the bug here. I think that Nantlos might shoot boots here if a real contact comes off.
Banana bread.
Since we had to chase it. Yeah, there's the shot.
Yep.
Good shot. Yeah.
Good shot.
Patiently waiting for either a real contact or a fourth mission to happen from Boots. There really wasn't anything else that Boots could have been credited for because the other missions would have been seen. We would have seen transfer. She'd never been statues, so we were able to be patient there. Good shot. Maybe with a bit better luck with the DA, we might have won, but hard to say.
I feel like maybe swap here.
Maybe.
Chasing the DA outside and like in instant contact when
Mhm.
you're one of the Purloin suspects, it's just. I mean, if the Purloin is clean, like actually clean, maybe we get away with that. And maybe Grosh felt like the Purloin might have been clean because we were well away from the conversation once it was noticed.
I think that contact is the right choice. If either the bug or the Purloin were clean, then I think that contact is the right choice because swap could give the sniper a reason to shoot you when they didn't have one. So I think that the contact is still the right choice from Grosh's perspective. Just hoping that maybe we're not as much of a suspect as we could be, and maybe it works. Don't really have a lot of better options, I think.
All right. Well, we are 1-1 so far, and Nanthalis is now on the spy side as Irish. Damp Squib, Nanthalis, Grosh. Here, why don't you do it?
Grosh is playing Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
No, it's Nanthalis playing Irish.
Wait, no, it's Nanthalis. Oh my gosh, no. Okay.
It's SpyParty. We're watching some SpyParty.
You know, I got tricked by just really good spy play from Nanthalis here, making me think that he was Grosh. Gonna do a green Purloin there, so gonna get some early progress here. Gonna have to see what Grosh's reaction here. The list is very visible. That fade is visible. We're gonna get low light on the Damon, who could not have done the Purloin. But no other reaction here so far.
This microfilm is amazing. It's so good. Sick is completely blocking us.
Yeah.
Not visible at all.
And there wasn't any reason to be watching us because we should be watching this Purloin, but okay, we are starting to get some low lights finally here. Amba took a drink there and the list was very visible not being there. But wow, Grosh did not get a lot of information off this Purloin. I think doesn't have a good read on this. So this is very, very good news for Nanthalis.
I'm almost surprised we didn't bug theirs, given we were kind of rushing this game, but we do a little stop outside the inside conversation. That's not the gallery stop you usually see, but Grosh doesn't seem to hate it. We get 34% on the flirt. We have a single fingerprint. We have the Purloin done. We have the microfilm in pocket. We have so much progress here, and that's really good because it means we are a little bit less reliant on individual AI behavior as we get a contact.
That's right. This is a pretty good contact. The SEA is out, sadly, but we do have enough people in conversation. We don't take too many lowlights. Grosh did get some lowlights from the Purloin, though, so there aren't too many people left at this party, but I don't think Grosh knows who to watch out of the remaining people. So I think this is still a pretty good situation for Nanthalis. We might be able to get this transfer if we go to the right side of green books. There's a fair bit of cover right now. We are going to get a flirt here first, though. Then we'll see what Nanthalis does next.
Yeah, I think the flirt first makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree.
I really don't want to go do this transfer at this point. I just want to try to pick up a fingerprint sometime in the next 2 minutes. I just hate
Yeah, I
trying to do
agree.
the
I
next
think
animation.
that getting another fingerprint is probably the better option for us. Transfer is a little bit riskier. Or we could take a bug here, but I think it's visible if we take it. We don't have enough cover here. We do not take the bug. I think that's probably the right choice. Just wait here, finish this flirt, and then get a fingerprint off the book, maybe.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Oh, Smallman's gonna smudge it though. So he's gonna
I
leave
feel
the
like
print on
Manthos
statue.
has a pretty good green rate. I wouldn't be surprised if we just go for this. Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, we're gonna try it. If we don't get it, we could go to the statue that Amba is at right now. So I think that we may be good here. I don't know that Grosh has the first fingerprint on us. We don't get this fingerprint though.
This is a bummer for 2 reasons. One, like, it's very easy for Grosh to credit us. Oh, I don't like taking this book away. It's very easy for Grosh to credit us with that print. And second, transfer is now that much harder because now we've been seeing this bookcase.
Yeah, I don't know why we took this book out. Maybe we wanted to go for the briefcase, but we didn't go for it. And we weren't going to get there anyway, I don't think. Pearls has smudged the print on the statue now, unfortunately. Although that could be suspicious for her.
Now Amba's a green. This is so weird.
I
There's
don't
no
know
time.
what to do here. Salmon's going to finish off this print of the statue. Good grief. We're going to have to go to green books and either do the transfer or the
No,
fingerprint.
the bookcase. It's the
Oh,
briefcase.
no, the briefcase. Okay, we're good. We're good. There's going to be overtime on this, and Grosh
Yep.
is going to take a shot.
Not even gonna wait.
I'm not sure if Grosh credited the difficult print at Blue Books or if Grosh was aware of the briefcase at the start, but either way, that fingerprint finish is going to be enough. So really well done catching up to this purloin here. We had enough low lights off of it that the party was narrowed down enough, and none of our other suspects were doing anything. So great shot.
All right, well, that brings it 2-1, I believe, in the Disco Inferno's favor. But the Revolution still has a chance here. It's going to be Grosh now playing as General, and of course, the Revolution going to be looking to bring him down. General, let's see what he can do to live through the next 4 minutes and finish off the missions in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
All right, now we have Grosh for real as spy here. AI controlling into... Nope, we're going to stop at this painting pad, I think. Yep. Rest use that statues. We're going to maybe wait to see what he does. Maybe... Oh, Amba takes the book out, so there's no fingerprint here. We are obligated to take this briefcase now, so we're going to go for it. It's a fair bit to watch at this party, so I don't mind this.
Kind of a long painting stay, but it does net us a briefcase. And it's a pretty unsuspicious one. Nice stop from Grosh and puts the briefcase right back.
Very good. I really like that put down. I think that was very well timed. And yeah, it didn't look too suspicious to go to that briefcase. We were there first, so it wasn't opportunistic. I'm gonna go to books here. Is there still a print here?
No, I don't think
There
so.
is. So we just have a book.
So we could go try to do a flirt. ST could leave with that drink take, and yep, they're going to.
Yeah. Well, it's fine because we didn't really have room in that conversation anyway, so it's actually probably good for us. We're gonna meet him at this painting pad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if that's gonna be particularly watched by Nanthos or not. I think that Teal might be completing statues right now, so Nanthos may be paying attention to that more so. But we have a really good contact. We have a really good contact we could take here, and we take it. A few number of lowlights, but again, you have to accept that on gallery. We got quite a few reels, so that's good.
Smallman earns the highlight. I think Smallman was out, but Nanda is not 100% sure. And you know, getting every single highlight on every single lowlight on gallery is really hard.
It's Smallman. I understand if you're not sure about Smallman being cautious about it and keeping him in the party. I think that's fine. So we're gonna follow Amba maybe to this briefcase or bookcase. We could take the print. We doesn't dump the book, so I do have to wait. Get a flirt here up to 62%, somewhat unusual number. We will need another green flirt to finish this off. Let's see, do we go for this printed blue bookcase? No.
No.
Seek's gonna get it instead. I'm gonna go right back on this conversation and hopefully hit another flirt here, green flirt, to get this flirt done. We don't have a lot of time left, so we really needed to hit that, and we get a white flirt.
We need this purloin. We don't take it. I don't know how we finish here.
Yeah, I think we should have taken that purloin. We're gonna try a bug here? No. Decided to stop this painting pad. We could try a bug.
This is the spot, but Amba doesn't cooperate.
Amba's... Oh, we try it. It's not gonna work though. Taft is too fast. But I don't think it was seen. General standing bug, not as good as the blocking bug, but I think that the angle there made it hard to see the arm. We really don't have a plan here. We need to get this flirt done and then do something. I don't know. Anthem is kind of watching us a little bit there. There's really no way to finish. We're gonna need to rush out to time ad.
I don't think we're gonna have time. This is gonna be a timeout from Grosh.
No, we can get that, but we're gonna get shot for it though.
Real close. 0.0.
Safety off on hair there, but with the time ad, she's no longer a suspect. And she wasn't gonna get shot anyway.
Wait a second. We're not dead.
We're not dead.
We're the only person that could have done a time ad, and it was clear it was a time ad because it wasn't green.
And we got a bug on the way out, so we're gonna go for a swap here at the statue, possibly. Gonna abandon the fingerprints. Oh my goodness, Duke was at Windows at the time as well, and was more suspected for that time ad by Nanthless and got shot for going to green books. I don't know if there's anything there for Duke.
Okay, absolutely he was.
Yeah, that's a lucky win for Grosh there, who I think was pretty much dead to rights. But sometimes that's why you have to try the time at the end. Sometimes something can happen. You know, sometimes it's possible that the sniper was possibly thinking about overtime happening with hair there, getting that briefcase. So probably just wasn't thinking the time ad was going to come off, and was therefore maybe not watching it that closely.
Yeah, I mean, timing out is a loss as spy. So I think you're right. Like if you can do a time ad and try to keep going, it's usually better than timing out.
Yep.
And boy, did we just make it let's see here.
It's really close.
0.06 seconds. That's not very much.
No, if we were a slower character, we wouldn't have made it.
For sure.
General's kind of a middle of the range in speed. Just barely managed to make it.
All right. Well, that brings us 3-1 in favor of the Disco Inferno. They're pulling ahead here, but Nanthalus on the spy side now, trying to secure a win for the Revolution, and who better to do it as than our favorite spy, Smallman. Grosh on the sniper side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, well, that's a salty Smallman. That's so salty. That's one where you're mad about your last sniper game, and you're like, I really need to get a spy win here. We could just take this book. Or do a transfer. It's not seen.
Completely off screen. We're not even looking, and we have cover.
Grosh had a kind of a strange angle there where the green bookcase wasn't actually visible at all. May have been watching the Amba.
Yeah, or maybe trying to memorize statues, as there were quite a few people there and having to angle for it, but...
I might have preferred to take this book out, though. I don't think it would have been seen where that book was from. Grosh might have been able to credit Smallman for a direct later, though, so I don't know if this would be better or not. Hard to say.
We'll have to see how good the second transfer is, assuming it comes off. But for now, we're going to join conversation here in the back. There's actually nobody here that we want to talk to. And it's not a great purloin spot either, to be honest.
No. And out of all the missions you can do as Smallman, purloin is one of the weaker ones anyway, because it's always visible that Toby's offering to you.
Getting try for a bug. Whoa! Oh. Okay. Cool.
I don't know why. Did he have a second? Is that a second print for the briefcase? Even if so, what else did he do? I seem credited for bug at the start, most likely. Well, maybe not. I don't know. This one's a mystery to me. Sometimes stuff happens, though.
Yeah.
Could maybe thought that Disney was going to the blue bookcase with this book. That's what it is. Thought it was a direct transfer. That's what it is. That's really unfortunate.
That's so dirty.
Yeah, the briefcase is barely visible at that bookcase because Teal's blocking it, and Disney has a green book in hand, so it goes to this bookcase and picks the briefcase. Yeah.
That's like such a bad feeling too if you're Grosh, because you take that immediate like good shot, and then you see them bend down to pick up the briefcase, and all of a sudden you're like, oh well.
I shot for a direct transfer recently, and a phantom direct transfer, and it's so easy to want to shoot right away for a transfer, but I think it pays off to be a little bit more suspicious of either your own memory or possibly to wait to see what they actually do at that bookcase. It's surprising how many things can go wrong with direct transfers. I think it pays off to not be jumpy about that shot as you would with other hardtails like a bug.
Yeah. Maybe you should have hit Smallman, because Smallman can just hide for the rest of the game, but you're going to be able to find Disney's head no matter where he's standing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I totally understand that shot, but yeah, that's just a tough one. You just think you've got it, and because Disney is also someone I expect to do a direct transfer, because Disney is so unremarkable that it's really hard to remember if he's been to bookcase or not, because he's just visually so bland. So you kind of think that maybe you got something there and you just want to take that shot. Totally get it. It's rough luck, unfortunate.
All right, well, that brings us to our final gallery game. It will be Garrosh playing as an uncommon character here, Orange Sari. Nanthalus on the sniper side. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And typically, I would not rely on Orange Sari to secure me the winning point on gallery, but if you have some kind of set piece prepared, could be fine.
Well, the nice thing about Sari is that she has both really good standing and walking bugs. So if Emba decides to get into a buggable position, which is pretty common in gallery, Sari is going to be able to get a good bug here. But her slow walking speed, second slowest in the game, I hate it on gallery personally. But gallery gives you enough time that if you get good enough luck with the DA and ST, it won't matter too much. But the ST has the briefcase right now, so we're going to go to statues instead. Start getting some progress here.
Yeah, this is fine. We will pick up the highlight for the statue visit, but we do get the inspect off before Alice picks it up, which is nice to see. And this will keep us occupied. Double agents in conversation too. We may as well just take this.
Yeah, I think this would be a pretty good contact right now if we go there. We're going to try a bug. It doesn't work.
Yeah, snapback visible too. Yeah, those bugs with those window pads, they feel really good. They feel like, oh, my arm is completely away from the sniper. It's gonna be impossible to see. But it's so you need cover for the snapback, or the sniper's gonna see it every time.
Yeah, the snapbacks are really visible in gallery. Gallery is a really good place if you ever want to practice catching bugs. Gallery is a really good place to get used to what the snapbacks look like, because the angle is just it's perfect where you can see that elbow come back or the hand come back, and it's more visible than you think, unless there's a little bit of cover, in which case it's completely unseen. So unfortunately, that one wasn't the best opportunity.
All right, well, that will be gallery done, and that will be a 3-3 split, I think, for gallery.
Right back to a tie.
Yeah. So that means that we will be settling this hex on ballroom. We've already seen some ballroom play. We saw a lot of very slow ballroom play, which is a little surprising, just given ballroom is well suited for rushes. You may as well take one every now and then. Be interested to see if either of these two players are willing to do it.
Yeah, I think it's just scary to do missions on ballroom. There aren't as many guests as there are in gallery. So I think it feels more like you're going to be watched for whatever you do. But ballroom is still a very busy venue, so you have a lot of opportunities.
All right, well, let's get into our first ballroom game. Nanthalus, we're all tied up here 3-3. Nanthalus will be starting off as queen on the spy side. Grosh for the Disco Inferno on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And a painting visit. So not going to be an immediate rush here from Nanthalus.
That's fine. Oh, Amber's going to come right to us. Are we going to take this bug? This bug would almost be free. Grosh is going to give us a highlight for it anyway. That's really unfortunate luck for Nanthalus. There wasn't really anything we could do about that. There wasn't really any way that we could disengage from that situation without looking suspicious.
I feel like you have to take the bug there because you're credited for it either way.
I kind of agree. I think that our purse would have stuck through the Amba though, so it probably would have been pretty visible. So I don't know what we could have done.
Yeah, it's just bad. It's like when you have a pending purloin and the waiter comes back to you. It's like, well, I don't really want to talk to you again, but since you're here, I have to deal with it. Like, Ambo comes over to you, you're credited for a bug. I mean, you don't right-click, now you're just behind.
Yeah. So, probably gonna have to try to get a bug later, because we can't get more credit for it, so why not?
That's fair. That's fair. Well, what we do have is a green flirt, 51%. As we're staying next to ST in this conversation, 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Conversation's decently full, but no DA in our conversation, no DA in any conversation. Gonna be joining one now. We could take this fake, but it will knock out a couple of high-value targets, so I don't think we're going to request instead.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a fake would be good here if Nanthalus is worried about the bug suspicion, because that might lower Grosh's suspicion a fair bit. We do get the 2 flirt, which is going to be very nice for our pacing here.
2 minutes, 2 flirt, but only 1 mission done. And instead of talking, we will leave, go over to center statues, and get our inspects.
Don't want to get flirt paired with General there. Our
You're not wrong.
Not quite going to meet us with statues, but that's fine because we need to get these inspects anyway. Oh, wait, we're done with him anyway. We are not going to get this in 2 cycles. We have to put it back. We only get 2 statue inspects. That's unfortunate. Are we going to go statue to statue, or are we going to try to step in and get a contact here instead? We are going to go for this contact, perhaps. If a couple more people... Oh, Salmon's finishing statues, though. Oh, sucks to knock him out.
At this point in your game, I mean, it's not just about getting a really good contact in terms of number of people. When you only have a minute left in the game, it's really about getting a good contact in terms of 1 or 2 suspects that are more suspicious than you. If you knock out half the party with a minute left in the game, it doesn't always necessarily matter that much.
That's true. And unfortunately, Salmon did not get in a conversation here because he is fairly suspicious. Sorry is picking up a briefcase. She is a highlight. We're going to have to take this contact anyway, though. I don't think we have much of a choice at this point.
Banana bread.
It looks pretty bad for us, but I don't know what else we could have done.
Sorry is... Oh! Yep. Sorry.
Wow.
Well, Sorry was in conversation.
Yeah.
He just put the briefcase down. That looks like a spy cheesing a contact somehow.
It really does. It does look like tech to me. She doesn't... I don't think she's in conversation, actually, but she looks like she could have been. Yeah, she goes from this briefcase right towards statues, but I agree that it looks like some kind of tech thing. So yeah, it's an unfortunate shot from Grosh, but understandable.
And that puts Nanthalus in the lead for the first time, I think.
Yeah, good foreshadowing on that contact there, that we got a high value target in for that contact. Even if she wasn't really in, she was in enough, and got the shot for it. So we got out of that situation with that bug early on. It's got to feel good for Nanthalus, who now takes the lead.
Grosh now going to be playing back on the spy side as Bling Twin. Nanthalus on the sniper side after that frame. Let's see what Grosh has for us. Trying to even the set back up in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And we will take control, find our way into this conversation. We're standing right on top of Boots, who is not RST, and the DA is in as well.
Nope. This is already a decent BB, but we might want like 1 or 2 more people in. Sick gets in here, I think we take it. No, he doesn't.
We do have 2 very early statue visitors, Disney at side and Rocker at center, which Grosh was keeping on camera. So we're just going to change conversations, go pick up a flirt, and see what those people do.
We had a little bit of an animation break there. That was a very quick snap away from that drink take. I don't know if Nanthalus saw it or not, but it was a little bit strange looking.
Speaking of drinks, we got a green print off of it, so that's partial progress on Prince and now partial progress on Flirt with a white.
Love
And
to start
this
with
is
difficult.
really good early progress.
Love to start with a difficult drink print. Those are the hardest prints to track in the game. So Grosh is looking really nice here to finish Prince off without being suspected.
Yeah, we won't be able to get this case. Kane picks it up for us, but I think Grosh is going to be perfectly content to sit here and timer Flirt with Teal. Wait to see what happens. We don't want to take this bug. Very tempting, but very
No.
bad.
There's a fair bit of cover here, but I think that Kane is going to get more heat for a bug opportunity there than we are, and that's perfectly fine.
Green Flirt, this is lovely. Ambassador's leaving a print at green. We can let that cook for a little while, or not, honestly, because I can't imagine that drink print. Oh no, Smallman, no!
Well, the briefcase is also down there, so we could also pick that up too. Not too bad. It's a difficult drink print, so a briefcase after that isn't going to look too bad, unless we were really suspected for this difficult.
Smallman might get... Yeah, we're going to run over here to this briefcase. We have to beat Smallman.
Yeah, before Smallman gets it. And funnily enough, we don't know that Smallman's an SDA. He would have been really, really suspicious for that if he was not an SDA, but I guess actually didn't get a print off the book, he just smudged it.
I'm not a big fan of this CC positioning. We can be much further away from Teal and still hit this Flirt. We were at 85%, but it's fine.
That's all right.
Get a real contact here as well as the DA joins.
Banana bread.
This is lovely.
We did a double tuck there. I think that's a little bit of a head shake from Grosh there. That's okay, though. I don't think it was visible. I don't think it was seen.
No, I don't think so. And now it's just center statues to win.
Yeah, I think this could be win. I don't know if... got enough suspicion here on Grosh. I don't know if Nanthalus is going to have a fourth mission. Highlight, thinking about it, possibly watching for a swap. I don't think Nanthalus is prepared to shoot for this.
No,
We're watching. Yeah, we're watching for a Purloin here. I think this is clean.
Really nice game, and I think you're right. It all came down to that very early drink print that we got. You know, an
Love it.
early, difficult drink. That's so hard.
It's so hard. Even if you see it, it's hard to keep in your mind that that could be the spy and to track it for the rest of the game because there's just so much else to track that it's really tempting to dump that from your memory or to not think about it in the first place because it's hard to assume that spy would be the second person to take that drink. So often spies don't go for the difficult drink prints.
They're so high risk because then you have a drink in your hand.
Yeah, and it's just unusual to be as a spy to have that opportunity. So usually if a spy goes for a drink print, they'll put themselves in position to get the first one, or they'll request to get the first one or something like that. It's fairly unusual for the spy to just hang out and just happily take the second offer after that. So it's very tempting to not think about that or to just miss it entirely. So really love that start, and that makes it really hard to shoot at the end there.
All right, well, that means it will be Nanthalus now on the spy side as Boots tied up again, 4-4.
Yeah.
Still looking for some kind of break serve here. Grosh on the sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing. And Nanthalus is going to chase Salmon, our seduction target, all the way over here, but Salmon's going to get redirected by bouncing off Toby. We go stand over at paintings. That's rough for Nan.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We can't even get in there with him. We're going to leave this conversation right away. Right to this briefcase.
We could go for this bug? No, we can't.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's questionable. We're going to meet Salmon here, though. Finally. Get away, Flirt.
This is still pretty decent progress. I mean, it looks very similar to the previous game, with the only difference being that was an easy briefcase print rather than a difficult drink print.
I think there's a lot less... It's much less likely that Grosh doesn't know that we have a print this time. I'm going to chill out here for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't totally mind timer flirting here as an option. It'll expire in like 15 seconds or so. We can pick it up and then move on from there. Wait to see if the ambassador puts another print somewhere that we can go get, because we still want another one.
Yeah, he has drink. I don't know when that happened, but it's smudged by now.
Did we request? Because Toby came all the way over to us.
We did not request. That was natural somehow. I don't know if there's still a fingerprint on this. There's a difficult, possibly. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have white purloin. I don't think there's a fingerprint on here. So take a white purloin here. What's Grash's reaction to this gonna be? This is kind of an unusual timing. There comes the highlight for us. It's bad news for Nanthos. We still have a lot to do.
Yeah, I think now maybe we have to timer flirt again.
Double Agent's gonna come to us.
Okay.
I think we're gonna take this. This is pretty decent right now.
Especially given that you purloined, so like the sniper probably knows that the spy is somewhere in this vicinity, so contacting here.
Oh, Smallman was in there but then left. That could have looked really bad for him if we took that contact sooner. And like you said, this conversation is really the only one that matters, since all of the possible purloins are in here anyway. That could have looked so bad for Smallman if we took that contact. I'm really sad we didn't take it. I don't know if he is a possible purloiner, but he is high-lit, so that I assume that Grash thinks it's possible at least.
He was offered right after we took. He didn't take a drink, but I think Grash, the way that Grash was looking, might have some doubt in his mind as to whether Smallman could have been the purloiner.
I agree. So I think that contact was a missed opportunity. I think we should have taken it.
Yeah, now we have 35 seconds. I don't know how Nanthos finishes here. I mean, if we go center statues, I think we just die.
I agree. And we still need a fingerprint somewhere too. Or a contact. I think a contact might just get us killed here. We had to move this conversation. Smallman's out of it, or? Oh.
No.
Smallman joining us would have helped a little bit, although we're really just hoping that he got shot instead of us at this point. We have no choice but to take a contact here, and we don't even take it.
Yeah,
we're just going to time it. I think we're kind of dead walking here. Though we have seen the last the timeout at the end pay off before, but I don't think it's going to pay off here. There's nobody else at windows. Yeah, we're just going to get a shot.
Good shot.
Yeah, good shot. I think if we took that contact with Smallman in, that might have made things a lot more tricky for Grash, possibly.
Yeah, I think the mission counts just weren't high enough for either of us to really, like, with that contact, if Smallman does anything, he might earn a bullet. Whereas here, it was just really hard for us to earn a civ shot, and we weren't finishing missions.
Yeah, Grash wasn't fully confident in the purloin, but had enough of a good idea of when it happened to have a pretty narrowed down pool of suspects, and I think just did a really good job of watching all of his possible suspects from then on.
All right, well, that will be Grosh up to 5. Needs one more to at least tie the hex. And Grosh will be on the spy side now, playing as General. And Nanthalis for the Revolution on the sniper side, needing a win here to keep things even and keep the win alive. Get into the game in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, nice little comeback for Grosh here. Was down 1 point, but won the last 2 ballroom games. And now has an opportunity to put some points on the board.
Here's our flirt. 32%. That's a little bit awkward. I don't want a green sometime later.
I thought that'd be close enough for the regular 33, but not quite. So we will need a green here at some point.
We twitch over the briefcase. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do that, but we'll get a print off of it, and Nanthalis doesn't seem to care.
I don't know either, and I if I was Nanthalis, I wouldn't think anything of it. It's a good excuse to leave and come back, which is nice. We're gonna go into this innocent conversation instead. Not sure if this is just wasting time or if we have a plan here. This could be a position where we could think about a bug if the input comes our way, but he doesn't. We could think about purloin here if Twin rejects, which he doesn't. So I don't like this purloin.
No, I think we should move. Oh, there's stuff to do, and only 2 minutes 13 on the clock. Rush will agree. We could get some more flirt progress here, and it looks like that is the plan.
It's a good idea. Let's see, we still need another fingerprint. Yamba is leaving one on green books. So we could think about that. Our first fingerprint was suspicious, or was at least very visible, so we will probably be credited, but Duke goes there first anyway. Seen a lot of...
66%. We're still in range for potential another white flirt.
okay.
But with 90 seconds, we need some help maybe from the DA. We need some help I think
Yeah, I like that we left this conversation, didn't go for the timer flirt. I think that would have taken too much time. We're gonna go for bug here? Yeah, we're gonna go for a bug. It's a general walking bug, so it's really hard to see, but the path is creditable. So we'll have to see if Nanthus credits general for that bug or not.
it's a believable path. Like General could have walked that way.
Yeah, it's possible for the idea to have done that. I think it's a pretty good bug. I don't think everyone would get away with that bug, but General can do that because that's kind of his superpower. Are we close enough for a white flirt here? I don't know if this is close enough.
No way. Definitely not.
So we're gonna need to hit this.
Banana bread.
We're gonna go for the real BB. Pretty okay BB.
Nice.
Especially if
We
it's
hit
late.
the green.
We do hit the green, so it doesn't matter. We just need another fingerprint here, and this could potentially be a win if this bug is not credited. I don't. We have enough suspects in this
Garage
party.
is one of the very few people who has been doing action test practice using like action test trackers. So seeing those greens come off in that clutch situation is nice to see.
So now we're hoping that Yamba leaves here, but he's not going to get shoved out. So we're going to try for a pearl in here? No, we're rejecting a drink. This is bad.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going to pick up this briefcase.
Yep, makes sense.
Are we like getting cover from Toby here? Was that the idea? I don't know if we were seen. There's overtime where and Irish is getting safety opt on, but Nanthus is going to hold this shot, and we get the win with this cheese briefcase at the end. Even with General being so tall, I think we had enough cover that we weren't seen.
And you got to do what you got to do. I mean, at this point, we need a print. There's 10 seconds left. We have no other options. Pick up the case, hope for the best. Not sure about pulling Toby over here and therefore attracting the sniper's attention even more to the side of the venue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Got a lot of cover
I don't know what that was
Toby?
about. Was that just I think maybe just Toby giving us cover? I'm not sure. That's an interesting idea. I don't know if we should have put down the briefcase or if we should have just stood there with it.
Yeah, I think just holding the briefcase there and hoping that the first bend over wasn't seen might be the way to go. But
yeah, possibly.
and with that, Garage secures half the hex.
Really bold spy win there. I really like it. And yeah, we've got 6 points for Gosh here. Nanthus is going to have to win 2 more games to tie this up.
These 2 games will be relevant no matter how they go. The venue bonuses in this tournament are pretty significant. Also significant, by the way, is that in the Hex Cup, as compared to some other formats, a win is a lot better than a draw.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of tournaments, like a draw is half a point and a win is a full point. In the Hex Cup, a draw doesn't allow you any kind of adjacency bonus. So normally you get bonuses for having hexes that are next to each other that you've won. You don't get any adjacency bonus for a draw. So a win here could be 1 point, but it could also be like 1.4, 1.6 to 2.2 points, depending on how many adjacent tiles you win. So big incentive for Grosh to win one more.
And if I recall correctly, this is contested territory too. I think both teams could get an adjacency bonus here. I believe that Team Disco Inferno has tiles nearby, so this would be a really big win if Grosh could pick up one more here as sniper.
All right. Well, Nanthus on the spy side, playing the general back. We've seen quite a few general games, at least 3, I think, so far. Maybe 4.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. General has the best walking bug in the game.
Yeah. Let's see if he fires it off. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
General walking bugs on Ballroom can be so difficult because the only way that you can even see General's bug is if there isn't that much cover. But if there's any cover at all, because you can only really see him based on the hand and like a very, very slight arm movement. So his bug on Ballroom is so powerful.
Yeah, the hand's at a good level too. It's not too high.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're opening up with a green flirt from Nanthalus, which is a nice way to start. 51% on that with
Very
3
nice.
minutes on the clock. We're offered a drink. We're not going to take a purloin. It's being stared down. We're highlight anyways.
We get wow. What is this highlight for? It's
Maybe
very interesting.
Garage thinks we took too long to reject.
That's possible?
Although now Wheels is highlight, so I think we're just highlighting the chain.
That could be. And this chain is cleared now by boots. So we're probably gonna maybe see these highlights come down. Interesting strategy from Grosh.
Yep, we're taking bar highlights.
Okay, that's very interesting. It was a very long chain, so I kind of get it. We're gonna reject this drink as well and just leave. Did not get the 2 flirts, unfortunately, so we are gonna have to return to salmon. Or he might come to us. No, sides against it. Let's go with the briefcase.
We could chase Sam into windows, but instead we're going to end up in this idle conversation. Idling in conversations is always dangerous because you can get stuck here for kind of a long time if you're not willing to animation break. And I definitely understand not wanting to animation break against Garage.
Yeah, and it's General too. General's fairly big. His animation breaks are fairly noticeable. So I would, yeah, definitely be careful about that. Could try to relate here, but I don't know if we're gonna do it. No.
Double agents here. We could have tried for some kind of banana bread purloin. The problem now is we've been in this conversation for like 45 seconds or something. Now we're finally taking the contact. Oh, but it's a red test.
Oh, red test.
Banana bread.
Oh, the cop is right on screen. Grosh is gonna see it. That's such bad luck.
And Grosh earns the hex on the back of a red contact cough.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I don't know what our plan was to finish there. We didn't have a lot of time. We still had 1 more flirt to do and 2 more missions to do, but yeah, that cough made things very simple for Grosh there. Feeling a sigh of relief, I'm sure.
It's just one of the worst places on the venue to do it. You're facing the
That's so
sniper, you don't have any
awful.
cover.
Yeah, there was no cover. There's just a
character.
perfect lane to see General's hand there. Just rough.
All right, well, that is the hex secured, but we have 1 more game, and Ballroom could be a very contested venue, so this point definitely is going to matter. Grosh on the spy side as Kane, Nanthalus on the sniper. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Another character with a good walking bug, as long as you get it on the Kane side. Oh, we tried to meet her to target blue books, but that's not where she was going. Or either that or she redirected away from it.
I think we must have taken her spot. I don't know where else she could have been going, but it's very easy to do at books.
Yeah. We're going to do a green test here.
Just transfer, yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was covered. There was no way to see it. The laser was moving, the pillar was in front of us anyway, so totally free. Step far away from our selection target in this conversation.
Yeah, 30% on a green test. That's pretty rough. ST leaves immediately and goes to, guess what? It's statues.
Yeah, all right. We're going to go to contact instead. Or at least we're going to hang out in this conversation with the DA a little bit. STA leaves from the other conversation, which is unfortunate. Might be waiting to see where Teal goes. She's going to go to the other statues. She's going to finish statues here.
Okay.
That almost looks unspy-like. That just looks so unclever for a spy to do on Ballroom. It looks sort of AI-like. But I think we'll want to keep Teal in if we want to do a double agent BB here.
Well, we join conversation with the DA. We'll see if Teal joins as well. There's a nice spot here. Garage
is sad. There's a head shake there.
Teal does take a bug path.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't think that's going to look too suspicious from the sniper side. I think Teal is a highlight. We probably had a pretty good idea that she didn't bug there.
I agree. Whoa, that's an interesting bug attempt it didn't take. We were a little bit too far away. So just play it cool. Go to the screen clip case. Probably going to try the transfer here. Nathless is not watching it, but we walk away with this book instead. We could have gotten the transfer there if we tried it.
We're in with our ST. DA is out.
We could try to frame seal here. We do have an SDA in our conversation. We don't know that, but we could try it. Are we gonna try for this bug? No. I thought we might take a bug path there.
Oh no.
We're gonna do it in the windows. Are we seen?
It's very much on sniper view, but not seen. I don't like this short path though. It looks a little funky, but
we also just don't have a lot of time. I think that taking this book out and returning it was a pretty big time loss that we couldn't afford.
Oh, this looks like a real contact, but it's not. DA was briefcasing at the time.
Yeah, it's not gonna get us any mission progress. Gotta get a low lights on some highlights here. There's not a lot of reels. Twin is highlight and has reel. I don't know what he has.
98.
We didn't hit the green. So we're just gonna try Purloin here, but this isn't even gonna work.
Not gonna matter.
It's not gonna hold the clock. So this could just end up being a timeout unless we're gonna do a swap here. But that's not gonna hold the clock either. We're just getting shot. Yeah, that's some unfortunate luck there for Grosh. Just tried to salvage it at the end. Didn't pay off. Standless salvages a point here at the end of the set.
Yeah, nice set. Lots of briefcase shenanigans this set, I think it's fair to say. I think the briefcase made its presence known.
Yeah, this set had a lot of fingerprints, which I like to see because those are difficult with the sniper to keep track of sometimes. More difficult than in specs. So really like to see all those fingerprints. Yeah, nice win by Grosh.
So those are our two sets for today. A lot more Hex Cup action. I think we have a couple more sets today. And obviously, week 2 will be starting soon, unlocking a whole new set of tiles. So congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the losers, still picking up some points for the venue bonuses, which are very relevant. Thanks, of course, to Para for casting with me. I think I'm going to be rooting for you to lose in like an hour or two, something like that.
I understand. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks, of course, to Porlino for hosting, for DT for organizing. And if you weren't here for the start of the stream, be sure to hang around for the outro music. You won't want to miss it. And everyone stay safe. Have a good day. And we'll catch you here next time.
Yarr.
Our crew is made of scallywags of different names and prideful flags, and even with the laser lag, we'll shoot you in your face. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to a crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. We've scouted out your treasure chest, your knees are wobbling in distress. You noobs will get pwned by to best, prepare to walk the plank. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to a crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. We're monsters who'll erase you fools, and Calvin will take you to school. And at the end of every duel, your hexes will be gone. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to a crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. Oh, Weiss will grog and Weiss will rum, and Coddy shines like platinum. Neo dodges bullets from your gun, your chances are mini. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to a crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go. Cat and bird and bear and monkey, the minty crews of the menagerie. The meanest zoo on the 7 seas, you'll never see our bugs. Mintbeard is here for you, your hex will fall to a crafty crew. Your spies will be harpooned and will take your list and go.